Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. My name is Felicia, and you are in my travels, or you're at in my travels. Um, there's no one here right now, I believe, and that's my fault because I thought it was going to be at 7, but it actually said 6. So, but in any case, I'm here. I am back from London, and I want to tell you how you can travel for free accommodation through house sitting. I am now, for the past 2.5 years, or we are top tier international luxury house sitters. My husband and myself, we house sit together when we can. If one of us can't make it, the other one will. And that other one is usually me. So I'm here tonight to announce something very special for all of you who are looking for affordable ways to travel and see this world, to get your rest, to get your relaxation, or you're probably just looking for the next adventure. I will soon be 56 in a couple of weeks. So, this video is especially dedicated to the empty nesters, the remote workers. I happen to be a remote worker. As long as I have Wi Fi, you know, I can travel and live anywhere. So we'll talk about that. And also just people who are looking for a luxurious way to travel and see this world without the luxurious price tag. So I'm just here to help you understand what house sitting is and how you can become a top tier international luxury house sitter like myself. So I'm going to change these bright lights. Oh my God. Ooh, hold on for 2 seconds. Oh, that's kind of nice actually. And that's off. Let me stop. I'm just live, everybody. Bear with me. There we go. All right. That's a little bit better. All right. So if this is your first time here, thank you so much for being here. I house sit. I house sit pretty regularly, and I've been spending. Now it's at 6 weeks that I have been living and house sitting and pet sitting in beautiful central London in a beautiful, luxurious 4-story townhouse in a beautiful neighborhood in London. And I want this for you as well. This video is also, or this live is also dedicated for those people who may be contemplating living abroad. Now, there is a difference between moving abroad and living abroad. I have lived abroad mostly in Europe and in Asia. So I know what I'm talking about. I know all about the visas and when you get a visa, it's not just one visa. The visa schemes are changing daily, right? I want you to know that you don't have to move abroad, but you can live abroad, and you can live abroad in style, as I do, as a house sitter. What is a house sitter? A house sitter, 9 times out of 10, is also going to be a pet sitter, right? So this does involve pets. So if you don't like pets, then you can go. You can go. It's not a problem because the number one priority of house sitting 9 times out of 10 is going to be the wonderful, professional, caring, loving care of a pet, of someone's pet, right? And that pet can come in the form of a dog or cat or bird. I've even seen horses because there are people in this world who have beautiful farms, beautiful ranches, and they like to go on vacation. And they look for people like myself, professional people who love animals and who know how to care for animals and who know how to care for a house. And that is house sitting. House sitting is a job, you know. If you are looking for just, free accommodation, if that is your top priority, that house sitting will not be for you because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, house sitting will involve the care of an animal. So if you don't like animals, you don't want, or you can like animals, but you don't want to, your schedule while you are abroad to revolve around the care of an animal. This is, house sitting is not for you. And, there are other things on my channel that I talk about, so you can look at those videos. But tonight is for people who are truly ready to experience a new and wonderful way to see the world while also being of service to a lovely family, and most importantly, a dog or a cat, or it could be several dogs or several cats. So that's what it is. That's what it is. So, how did I become a top international house sitter? I signed up with trusted house sitters. I saw someone else who has been very successful as a house sitter. I think you know her. If you follow me, you may have heard me talk about Stephanie Perry. I think she was the one, her and someone else introduced house sitting to me. And this is how she basically used house sitting as a way to travel and see this world and experience the world and get some ease and relaxation into her life. And she did that for a year, you know? Um, and so I looked at her and I looked at all of her videos and I said, well, you know what? If she could do it, I can do it. And I did it. And I do it very well. I'm very, very successful at it. And you can be successful at it as well. So if you're ready, let's get started. Let's get started. Um, House sitting to me is the greatest travel hack that I have ever experienced. What a wonderful time that we are living in, where we can work from anywhere, we can live from anywhere. And there's this wonderful thing called house sitting. So you don't have to put all of your, you don't have to sell your house and do all of these things. And there are people who are trying to move abroad who have spent years. I know people who are just like, I've been trying to move abroad or live abroad for 3 years now. And I'm like, I tell them, before you move abroad, live abroad. And they're always confused by when I say that living abroad and moving abroad are two totally different things. Where house sitting comes into play is that, number one, your top priority will be an animal. Number two, in exchange for the care of that animal, you get free accommodation. You can apply house sitting to a local house sit, you can apply it nationally, and you can apply it internationally. Oh, hello, Tanya. Oh, you're the first person in here. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Tanya Thomas, my first guest here on the live. I know I messed up with the time, but I am so glad that you're here from Baltimore, Maryland. I am in Virginia. I'm based in Virginia, born and raised in Virginia. Hey, Tanya, I just got back from a beautiful 2-week house sit in beautiful central London. Same client. They hired me. Hi, Cheryl, PhD. They hired me to look after their dog. And this was for the whole month of December. I had never spent a month in London. Our first international house sit actually was a 2-week stay in the northern part of London, really great neighborhood. And hi, everyone. Oh, Cheryl, PhD, I'm also here. You're welcome. Thanks for your invitation. Yes, thank you so much. Share this live. If you know other people who might want to house sit locally, nationally, and internationally, share this live with them. I'm going to go into it because I have something to announce. I have a special offer for everyone in this live and during this live. And yeah, so I just got back into the US Saturday. I have been crazy busy and crazy successful on TikTok. I'm on TikTok now a lot, but now I'm coming back to YouTube. I really do miss YouTube. TikTok, I don't know if you guys, let me know if you guys are also on TikTok and I'll follow you. But have you heard, Tanya and Cheryl, have you ever heard of house sitting? Yes or no in the chat. Thank you so much. And yes, all right. Cheryl says yes. She's heard of house sitting. Awesome. Cheryl, have you ever house sit? Are you a house sitter? I'm a member. Yes, ma'am. Tanya Thomas says yes, ma'am. Um, I'm a member of Trusted House Sitters. This is the number one agency in the world for house sitting locally, nationally, or internationally. It's the number one agency. My husband and I house sit together, and we have been members of Trusted House Sitters for the entire time, for 2.5 years. We pay a, yes, I learned about it from Stephanie Perry. Yep, I just said that a couple of minutes ago. That's how I heard about it. I heard there was someone else that I looked at as well. I don't remember that person's name, but definitely Stephanie Perry of co-founder of Exodus Summit. I know I just binged watch all of her videos, and I said, if she can do it, I can do it. And I signed up. My husband and I, we signed up. We have a lovely account, and from our first local house sit, we were off to the races. We had one local house sit here in our city, here in Virginia, and our second house sit was a 2-week house sit in London. So we went from local to international pretty quickly. But the beautiful thing about house sitting is that you can make it whatever you want. So maybe you live in Washington, D.C., and maybe you've been thinking about moving to Chicago. You can grab a house sit in Chicago. And while you're in Chicago, in your free time, you can explore neighborhoods where you would like to move. So house sitting is, yes, you can travel the world, you can see the world, you can see, and nationally, locally, or internationally, but you can also leverage that for whatever you're into. Maybe you want to expand your business to another country, or you want to expand your business to another city. Grab a house sit in that city that you're thinking about, so that you will be on the ground, um, and you'll have the time to investigate whatever it is that you need to investigate. Maybe you're looking for a job in another city or country. House sitting can help you with that. It gives you free accommodation in exchange for your service of taking care of an animal. Because 9 times out of 10, everybody, if you've been looking at Stephanie Perry's videos and mine as well, I talk about house sitting on my channel as well. House sitting will involve the care of a pet. Usually 9 times out of 10, of a dog or a cat, or several dogs or several cats. There have been birds, I've seen horses, etc. So what questions do you have, since I have you in here, and thank you so much for coming? What questions do you have about house sitting? Put them down in the chat. I am just now coming off. I think today I felt really good. It's no more jet lag. But I am basically living part-time in London now. I did a month. I spent a beautiful Christmas in London, in luxury, in this beautiful, luxurious house, taking care of this cute dog. And yeah, I spent Christmas in London, and I was in the center of everything. And then they liked that I took such good care of their dog, of course, and their home, that they texted me and they said, "Hey, we want to head to Dubai." They travel a lot, and would you like to come back to London? Um, and I said yes. So that's how I've been. I was there in December. I was just there in February, March. I left on the 15th, and 2 weeks there. And now I'm heading back to London in a couple of months. So this can be you. This is why I'm here. Yes, I'm not new to living abroad and working abroad and thriving abroad, but now that it's 2.5 years, it's time for me to share this as much as possible with people on my channel. Oh, okay. Tanya Thomas, she says, getting started, we had a membership, but we were not successful in acquiring a house sit. We would love to do one in Paris. I'm so glad you said what you said. And I'm so glad that you were very specific in naming a place where you would like to house sit. As someone who has lived and worked in Paris for years, I left Paris in 2013. Paris is a very, very hard house sit to get. Tanya, have you set your notifications, or did you when you had a membership, did you ever set your notifications for Paris? Let me know, because that is very, very key. Because I think now, as someone who used to live in Paris and everything, I lived in Paris for a long time. I think I don't want to house sit in Paris. When I'm in Paris, I just want to enjoy, going and seeing my friends and da da da. Certain cities I don't house it because I just want to have fun. We were trying from Montreal, Canada at the time. Yeah, so you have to set your like now you could go to Trusted House Sitters and you can set those notifications. So you go to the website. I wish I could. Is there a way that I could go to the website? If you're in front of your computer, you can go once you become a member, and hopefully you become a member again. I don't know if I still have my 25% off discount as an affiliate. Um, if if I do, I'll put my discount code in the chat. I don't know if it still works, and it's in my travels. 25 is my discount code. I don't know if it works. I don't know. You can try. We've been packed for 2 yeah, we've been packed for 2 years. You can look, have you sat at all? Have you done your local house sit first? Have you ever worked as a house sitter um, for Trusted House Sitters? Oh, hi, Alfreda. What documentation is needed when applying for membership? Um, you just I have to be, I guess, a U.S. citizen. That's the only documentation. I have a premium. There are three types of memberships. There's basic, standard, and premium. My husband and I have premium, and the reason why we have premium is because we knew that we were going to house sit abroad, and there are certain perks with the premium. You're covered for if the house sitter suddenly cancels, and you can read all about the premium membership. The premium membership is $259 a year, which is amazing, because $259 a year plus the perks that come with the premium membership. You have to realize that once you become a trusted house sitter, you now have access to caring and living in so many countries, in so many cities. I like, when I'm here in the US, I like to have a country house sit. Where we live in Virginia, we're not far from mountains, so there are some beautiful, I mean, absolutely exquisite country sits, sitting on 800 acres of land, taking care of two dogs. Just stunning, stunning. And another thing about house sitting are the people that you meet. We've met so many nice people. So our network has expanded. Some of the homeowners have become friends, almost all of them actually. And then um, they're just interesting people. They're really cool people. They love to travel. We love to travel. So we, as a house sitter, you're performing a service. You're taking care of someone's loved one, which in the form of a pet. It's just great. Tanya, okay, that sounds good. Yeah, try my discount. I don't know if it still works because I haven't been really talking about trusted house sitters that much. I've been too busy traveling with trusted house sitters. I've been too busy booking house sits. And this time I booked a lot internationally, and you can do this too. And I want to help you do that. So, Alfredo, you said, what documentation? With trusted house sitters, I do love that. I love the background check. So when you become a member, you submit They check you out. There's a background check, not only for you, the sitter, but also for the homeowners. So I never feel unsafe, right? Because we've all checked out. There's no criminal background for any party. So I feel very safe. House sitting has just changed the game for us. We have saved thousands of dollars because, as if you travel, and I'm sure you do, the biggest expense when you travel is accommodation. Even internationally, I can book, one homeowner was just like, "Can you come in November?" I think it's, yeah, November or December. It might be another Christmas, but I don't know. I think I might want to just stay in my own home for Christmas this year. Uh, oh my God, now I just lost my train of thought. Oh my God. But the background check is amazing. When you apply for a house sit, you meet them 9 times out of 10. If you don't live in the same city, or they don't live, if they live close enough to you, you can meet in person. If not, if they live in another state or if they live in another country, when you click apply and they see your profile and they were like, "Oh, you look interesting. I want to talk to you." That's when the homeowner will ask to set up an interview with you, and that's done. We've done most of our house sit interviews through FaceTime, and it's been great. It's been great. Whatever, like, knock on wood, one, two, three, bop, bop, bop. Pretty much all of the houses that we've applied for, we've gotten. That can be you as well. That can be you. Any questions? Any questions? I'm just going to tell you, here is the announcement. Everyone, after this live is over, during this live, I have created an ebook. It's called The Ultimate House Sitting Guide, right? It's pretty extensive. I just evaluated it. I had evaluated uh, today. Yeah, it was today. And I'm actually underselling it. So, today's price is pretty low, but I think in about a week or two is going to be the price it should be. But the reason why I put it at a low price during the live, after the live, it goes back to the regular price. I want everyone to get on this. Any questions that you have, I show you how to get your first house sit. If you are interested in becoming a luxury house sitter, that's in there as well. It's basically all of the experience, information, tricks of the trade, tips, everything that we've learned, my husband and I, for 2.5 years as house sitters. Local house sits, national house sits, international. And to tell you the truth, we've done just as many, like, long term. Our international house sits have been long, right? Because I figure if I'm going to leave my house, if I'm going to go to London, it can't be for a week. It's 2 weeks to a month or more. There are a lot of house sits in London. There are a lot of house sits in France. You had mentioned earlier, I think, Tanya, that you wanted to house sit in Paris. Let me go back to that. Paris is super, super hard to get. It's almost the second that Paris, somebody, is looking for a house sit in Paris, it's snapped up. Like 4 people already applied. Because why? They set those notifications, and once they see Paris come up, they automatically hit apply, and then that's it. So I used to be one of those people who set their notifications for Paris. I don't do it anymore because I said, you know what? I'll go to Paris. Like, my next house sit will be in London for 3 weeks. After this time, after I complete the London house sit, I'm going to take an extra 3 days, and I'm just going to take the Eurostar and spend a couple of days in Paris and then come home. That's what I'm going to do this time. What are some of your questions about house sitting? What are some of your questions about, oh, there's some new visa stuff. Was not visa. If you are heading to, and this is whether you're a house sitter or not, if you are heading anywhere to travel in the UK, the United Kingdom, you must apply for your ETA. Um, that is an entry permission, a permit. You must apply for that because if you have a ticket and you think you're going to bounce on the plane and you're going to go to England without it, they will stop you and you will be turned around. So you just go online, apply for that permit, that entry permit, whatever it's called. It cost me $13.11. It's valid for 2 years. Boom, done. I'm going to be spending a lot of time in London. That could be you. I want it to be you. I think it's time for women in general, but especially Black women, to stop this constant worry about, oh my God, I got to move abroad. I think a lot of people are moving abroad because it has become trendy to move abroad. Elfreda has a question. Do you have any problems going through customs, but in U.S. and abroad because you fly frequently to Europe? No. Mm-mm. Nope. Passport, no problems. I have, this amount of validity, this many years of validity on my passport. No, there's no problem. There's no problem. I'm just really basically, because you know why there's no problem? Because I'm not working. The thing with trusted house sitters, and probably some of you are going to ask this question. I get this question a lot on TikTok. Uh, is house sitting, do you get paid for house sitting? You do not with trusted house sitters. The payment, quote unquote, is the free accommodation. So I'm not working. I am not being hired by the couple or the families who not hire me, but choose me to look after their dog. So there's no work permit. They're not checking for that. I'm just there visiting a friend and that's it. Now, if I think you would have a problem, and that's anywhere. I think if you had if you just bought a one-way ticket to anywhere outside of the States right now, I think they would be like, that might raise suspicion. That might raise suspicion, but I'm always going home. I have a round trip ticket. I'm out of there. So they see I'm there. Boom, I'm done. That's right. So no problems. No problems. Knock on wood. Who knows? Bop, bop, bop. Knock on wood. No problems. So you shouldn't have a problem. If you are a U.S. citizen, you should not have a problem. Tanya Thomas says, um, is there still an option in any of the memberships where your pet can be watched as well? We have a cat and may not have a sitter, is why I asked. So you can become a house, I think they call it a pet. Yeah, you're a pet owner. So there's a pet owner membership and there's a house sitter membership. So yes, I think so. So you would not apply to become a house sitter. You would apply, I believe, to become a pet owner. That's what I think you can do. I think, yeah, that's a membership because the people that I house it for, my repeat clients, one couple, they are pet. Yeah, I think. Well, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, yeah, all of the people that I house it for, they pay a membership as well, but they pay a membership that of a pet owner. Yeah, because otherwise they couldn't find me as a house sitter. I pay my membership as a house sitter, they pay their membership as a pet owner. So you can do that. That's the membership that you would apply to. That's a good question. So let's get back to the ebook. I have been working on my ebook for far too long, but it is very extensive. It's very comprehensive. It's 20 pages of my ebook that give you everything you need to know to become a successful house sitter. You will then choose whether you want to do this locally, nationally, or internationally. Yeah, you're welcome. Tanya Thomas says thanks. So if you go to my link in the description of this live, only during the live is the ebook, very comprehensive house sitting guides, the ultimate house sitting guide. That's why I call it the ultimate house sitting guide. Is $15. After the live, it goes back to 25. So I'm going to keep it like this. I'm going to do this during the lives that I do here on YouTube as well as TikTok, but probably just for the rest of the month of March. After March, the price goes up because a lot of people have said, wow, this is what I have been looking for. This is what I need. You answered so many questions in that house sitting guide, and they are on their way. Some of them, as I said, I'm on TikTok. If you want to follow me on TikTok, it's at In My Travels. So you follow me on TikTok at In My Travels, and I go live. And the questions about, they ask me if it's paid. They ask me about my safety. Do I feel safe? Yes, I do. Not a problem. They ask me about, if I've had any bad experiences with animal. I've had one only. Other than that, everybody, all the dogs, all the cats have been amazing. This is the new way. I will say this. This is the new way to live abroad. Not move abroad, but to live abroad. I don't subscribe to the get out of the US at all costs. That's just not me because I know what it takes to live abroad. Moving abroad is easy. I'm probably the first person to tell you this. Moving abroad, super easy. It's the living abroad that takes time because most Americans will move to another country and they still have this American mindset. And that's when they run into trouble because they're thinking with their American brain and they think that everybody should do like we do, and they get a rude awakening when they get to that other country. So if you're thinking about living abroad, and who knows, maybe eventually moving abroad, house sitting is a great way to scout. I know it's very popular right now to, people are really organizing scouting trips. I like to do things on my own because I know how to do research. I do a lot of research before I travel anywhere, blah, blah, blah. We're thinking about possibly moving to a really, really great country. So I'm going to start, doing house sits in that country. Why? Because I want to scout. And it gives me a taste of the everyday. When you're taking care of an animal, that grounds you. Instead of you going to a hotel every day and you're just sort of left to your own devices. Being a house sitter, your first priority is the animal, right? You work around their schedule. The homeowner will tell you this is when they need to be fed, any medicines, if there are any medicines that they need to take. This is the food that they like. And a lot of people will leave money, especially if it's a long house sit, snacks, whatever for the dog, etc. But being a house sitter, if you're thinking about moving abroad, house sitting allows you to live abroad, but you feel like you actually live there because that dog or that cat grounds you. You have a regular day. And as someone who works online, I'm an educator. My clients, I just hook up my Wi-Fi, I work. Afterwards, I get offline with my clients. Now, the dog and I are together and we have our own thing. Sometimes if it's rain or something in London, we Netflix and chill, which is really cozy, but it gives you an opportunity to feel what it feels like to actually live and have a schedule just like everybody else, um, in that particular city or country. So, if you want the ultimate house sitting guide, it is down in the description of this live, and only during the live will it be available for, let me see, let me for $15. Let me make sure I change that. Hold on. Let me change that. Did I change it? Maybe make sure. Oh, let me change it for 15. But I promise you, it is now $15. So I just changed it in the store. The house sitting guide is everything. It is everything. $15. It's going to go up in April. I'm just going to tell you because I've been getting a lot of really great feedback, and they were like, "Girl, this could be a course, girl. This, you're really giving the sauce away." And I feel like a lot of people need a lot of help, and they need a lot of guidance. And this is a lifestyle. This is not. It's not just a travel hack. This is a lifestyle. This is how I now really live in London part time, but I don't pay rent and I don't pay a mortgage. What do I have to do in order to get that free accommodation? Take care of a dog, which you probably don't know this. I love dogs. I love dogs. I love cats, but I love dogs. And moreover, I love taking care of dogs because you have to think the homeowner they don't want to put their dog in a kennel. That's why I'm here. That's why you're here. When you become a house sitter, especially when you become a top 5-star only, this is me, my husband, we're 5-star reviews down, right? Why? Because we take this seriously. Because the only reason why you're in London is because of a little animal who is looking to you for protection, for cuddles, because it's their vacation too. That's how I look at it. I really do look at it like that. So it's all about the dog. If you're ready to become a house sitter, this is your opportunity. And that's it. That's it. I promote a lot on TikTok. I need to be here more on here live. And I just thank you so much for your time. Yeah, I'm here to help you. If you have any questions after this live, let me know down in the comments. But I'm going to leave you now to contemplate. Again, if you want the ultimate house sitting guide, it is down in the description box down below. Click on it. It is now $15 only during the live. After that, it will be the regular price. But please believe me, in April, it's gonna be a much higher price. And I wanna do a community, I wanna have more contact because so many people have, questions, and new things pop up every day. I'm gonna do a lot more lives when I'm back in London. Yeah, so that's it. If you don't have any more questions or comments, I'm going to leave you now, and I hope you get the ebook. Or in any case, you just keep looking at my videos. Support me here after this live. Please like the live, and know that I'm here to support you. And there you go. This is a really great life. I've lived in Sweden 4 years, Paris off and on 8 years. I left in 2000, I think 13. I think it was 8 years. 4 years in Seoul, South Korea. Loved South Korea, and most recently China. So, Tanya says, "What do you do with your home? Does someone take care of it for you?" If you don't mind saying, no, I don't mind saying. My brother or a family friend, a family friend, when we go abroad, they come here and they take care of our house. We don't have pets, but I don't like leaving our house empty. So I just, if I know, like now I know that in November we'll be gone for a while. I'm already setting that up with a couple of people. They're going to enjoy our city, and that's it. Yeah, we don't leave the house empty. So there's always people here when we're not here. That's what we do. Oh, and that's a really great question. So let me know. Okay, let me tell you. If you didn't know, already know. Okay, 99.9% house sitting entails taking care of an animal. However, there are house sits where there are no pets. Now, if we wanted to become a pet owner, we could have a pet owner membership with Trusted House Sitter. That way, we could say, you know what? Well, my brother can't sit and this person can't sit. Wow, let's go to Trusted House Sitters and see if someone would like to live in our house for X amount of time. No dogs. Those do exist, but those non-pet house sits are few and far between. But just like any city or country, you can set notifications for that. So you can say, okay, I want to be in Ireland for this and this, and I'm looking for a no pets type of house sit. You can do that. What else? Yeah, yeah, we don't leave the house empty. There's always whenever we're out of town, there's always somebody here. And if that fails, neighbors. We love our neighbors. Yeah. And we trust our neighbors. So, hope that answers your question. That's it, guys. I'm going to go. Thank you so much for being here. Again, $15 during the live. The stand store is down there. And if you buy it, let me know what you think of it. I think it's pretty extensive. We've been house sitting now successfully for 2.5 years, and we're always going to house sit. This is a part of our life now. Sometimes we use for the commute to yeah, just different things that we use house sitting for. It's amazing. It's an amazing, especially if you are someone who is thinking about moving abroad. My to you is to live abroad first. And there's nothing better right now and more affordable than becoming a house sitter. Maybe one day they will increase the price. I don't know. Take advantage now. Let's see, Tanya, purchase your ebook. Thank you, Tanya. Tanya Thomas, thank you so much. Also, when you finish looking at that ebook, I would love your feedback. I would love for you, talk to me here on YouTube, or you can follow me on TikTok. Like I said, I'm really, really uh, busy on TikTok. TikTok is amazing. But you know what else is amazing? YouTube. And I have not been paying attention like I should. I used to be so into YouTube. And then I miss this. I miss interacting with people. And somebody was just like, girl, go to TikTok. And I was like, all right. I thought TikTok was just for people dancing and just being silly. Just like YouTube, it's a business. And I think it's a really great way to market whatever you're into. So, yeah, let me know what you think of it. I am so excited. If you need any more help, let me know. I really want to help people just get into this lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's great. Yes, I go on there sometimes. Yes, Cheryl PhD. Let me tell you, TikTok, okay, I can't say that word. But I became very, very popular just by one video. I went from like, I don't know, 100 followers to over 10,000 followers, basically in 48 hours because of a 15-second passport video. That video is now at 1.6, and it was 1.6 maybe million viewers to almost maybe barely 2 weeks after I did it. And I was just sort of warning people about sleeping on their passport. You would be surprised. There are millions of Americans who don't have a passport. Wow, do you have the same channel name there? Uh, let me see. Tanya says, "We will give another try. I feel like we will be successful." If you feel that way, you will be successful. My daughter is a responsible teenager about to graduate. Oh my God. How amazing would it be for you and your daughter to grab an international house sit, and she just graduated, so you can, maybe stay in, I don't know, a really great south of France. You could maybe do, there was a house sit for 6 months in the south of France. Oh my God, that house was so pretty. And by the way, I only sit in beautiful houses. I need to be in beautiful surroundings at all times. And there are some beautiful people, beautiful homeowners, beautiful homes, beautiful dogs. That's how I do it. This is how I choose my house sits. I don't care. You can call it vain or whatever. Um, I have a pretty house, and if I'm going to leave my house, it's going to be for another pretty house. And that's just it. And that's just it. Um, wow, do you have the same channel name there? Yes, on TikTok, I am in my travels at, the at sign at in my travels. That's me on TikTok. Thanks for sharing, Felicia. You're welcome. Enjoyed your content today. Thank you so much, Tanya. Thank you so much, Alfreda. Thank you so much, Cheryl PhD. I think Cheryl PhD, I think you've been uh I don't know, in the rare other times that I've been on YouTube live, I think I recognize your name, Cheryl PhD. It might be here from, or maybe Exodus Summit or TikTok. So yeah, I went crazy viral, 1.6 million views on my 15-second video about passports. I could not believe how many people did not have a passport, and get your passport. Get your passport. Yes, I was in another one of yours. Yes, yeah, I remain. Yeah, I like your name, Cheryl PhD. It's pretty catchy. Yeah, I knew you from somewhere. All right, guys, thank you, or ladies, thank you so much for being here, and get to house sitting. It is the best. 4 weeks in December, just did 2 weeks. So that's 6 weeks already that I've spent in central London. Beautiful home, beautiful dog. I love this dog. And now we've become friends. The homeowners and I, we're friends now. And they just want to book me and because they work hard and they travel hard. So now they're just like, oh my God, Felicia, we're so glad that we found you and you love to travel too. So their main thing is, as long as you take care of our baby, you're good. I can come to London anytime I want. That could be you. And I want that to be you. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go. Maybe we can see each other on TikTok and definitely here on YouTube. But Tanya, thank you for purchasing the ebook. Let me know what you think. It's really everything you need to know. Voilà. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Ciao.